All right, now that you've done that, let's get into what actually is hypnotherapy and how does it work. So once again, I put the PDF in there. If you want to print that out, you can. If not, you can just follow along, right? You don't have to really do too much. But realistically, like hypnotherapy in a nutshell, because there's so many like misconceptions about it. Hypnotherapy or hypnosis is the art of mastering the inner world. And when you master the art of the inner world, then you notice that the outer world starts to change. So that's really what it is in a nutshell. But, you know, in another way of saying, it's also a state of relaxation where you're able to change the unconscious mind. And if you can change, and when you change your unconscious mind, you change your behaviors and the way you look at things. And then when you change those things, you change your life, right? So that's how you do it. And that's what it is really in a nutshell. So what it feels like, hypnosis is a natural state. Hypnosis is a natural state. What does that mean? It's like you're going in and out of hypnosis all the time. Hypnosis is another word for like daydreaming or an altered state. And how do we show this? Have you ever been like driving along in your car, along the freeway, along the highway or something like that, and you're looking out into the distance? And then you get to your destination like, man, how did I even get here? That's an altered state. That is a state or a trance. That's a state of hypnosis. Okay? Same thing when kids are in school and they're daydreaming. They're in an altered state. But it's natural. You go into this state all the time. You couldn't stop it if you tried. All right, so how does hypnosis actually work? So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that your unconscious mind is this fist and your conscious mind is this fist. Your unconscious mind is the goal getter. It actually does the work. And your conscious mind is the goal setter. So your conscious mind tells your unconscious mind what it wants to do. Now in between is a safety net or a safety barrier. Because if you didn't have that safety barrier, then you could literally tell your unconscious mind anything and it would do it. It's probably not the best thing to have. So we have this safety barrier in the middle. Now, the safety barrier in the middle, when you get into a state of relaxation, the safety barrier disappears and your conscious mind is able to give your unconscious mind suggestions uncritically. So if you tell it to be a non-smoker, it will say, okay, I'm now a non-smoker. That's how it works in a nutshell, right? So what happens is you get into a state of relaxation and your critical faculty, that's what the safety barrier is called, it lowers and it allows you to accept suggestions into your mind in order to get to your unconscious mind. So in this session today, obviously we're going to be doing like non-smoker, right? You're going to be a non-smoker for life. So your unconscious mind will actualize those suggestions and bring to your reality those suggestions, being a non-smoker. That's how it works. All you have to do, all right, this is really what hypnosis is when you're obviously doing it with someone else, is following instructions. All you have to do is you just have to listen and follow my instructions. If I say to you right now to close your eyes, and you close your eyes right now, and you take a deep breath in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. You did that. I can't physically jump through the screen and do it for you, right? Even if I was in person, I can't make you do that. So there's two things that either happen. You either did what I just asked you to do or you did not. And if you did not, then that's great. Now that you know that you're in control, prove to yourself now that you can follow instructions. So what I want you to do now is close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow yourself to relax. Any sounds that you hear in your environment will only allow you to focus more on my voice right now. And I want you to relax all the muscles around your eyes so much that they just won't work. And I want you to relax the muscles around your eyes so much that they just stay shut all by themselves. That's right. Just like that. And I want you to find with some amusement that your eyes are glued shut. Tight, tight, tight. And find with some amusement that as hard as you try, you just can't open your eyes. Your eyes just stay shut. Okay, great. Now come back to the here and now. All right, so two things happened in that as well. You either followed my instructions completely and you found that, with a bit of a giggle that you couldn't open your eyes. Now, you're in charge. You're always in charge, right? Or you found yourself that you didn't follow the instructions and you may have opened your eyes. All you have to do is just follow the instructions, all right? That's literally how hard it is. And it's like, man, that's the hardest thing you have to do is you're going to lie down, you're going to put headphones in, and you're going to listen to my instructions. Like, you can do that. I can promise you can do that. Now, what we're going to try now is just some little tools and techniques on showing you just how powerful your unconscious mind is. So, what I want you to do now is follow my instructions completely. Put your hands together like this, rub them a little bit so you get some friction, and then make like a James Bond pistol grip, just like this. And then what I want you to do is focus on the tips of your fingers. Only focus on the tips of your fingers now and pull them apart. And as you focus in between those fingers, you'll notice that there's two magnets on either side. And they're the most powerful magnets in the world. And as you focus only in the space between those fingers, those magnets get drawn, pulled together, closer and closer and closer. And the harder you try and fight it, the closer they get. Closer and closer and closer, all the way until they get to the middle, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Good, come back to the here and now. Two things happen in that. Your fingers either went completely closed or they started to move. Either way, if they completely closed, then that's great. If they move just a little bit, then that's great as well. That goes to show yourself that your unconscious mind is listening to the suggestions. Very important. All right, the next one is, what I want you to do is follow my instructions completely, is put your hands together, go like this, that's it. Good. So what I want you to do now is I want you to focus on the middle, in the middle of your hands, where your hands meet. And I want you to imagine now, keep focusing on your hands, and I want you to imagine now that there's like oozy, sticky glue, super glue, getting poured all over your hands, and they're going into all the creases in your hands. And it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. No matter how much you try and pull them apart, they get tighter and tighter and tighter. And that glue gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And really try and find in vain and with some amusement that you cannot. Good, come back to here and now, shake them out. Pretty cool, right? So that just goes to show that your hands are just following the instructions that I'm giving you. It's absolutely perfect. And one last one, this is probably by far my favorite, is I want you to stick your hands out in front of you just like this, with one hand, palm facing up towards the roof. All right, you can do that. So you've got your hands faced out just like this. And what I want you to do is go ahead and close your eyes and just listen to the instructions that I give you. I want you now to imagine on that hand that is facing palm upwards, that I'm about to put a big, heavy dictionary on that hand. And this dictionary is thick and heavy. Here we go. Just put that dictionary on that hand, palm facing upwards, and feel the weight of that dictionary now. And as you hold it out, it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And we're going to put another dictionary on top of that, so it's getting even more heavier. And then on your opposite hand, I want you to imagine that now we're about to tie hundreds and hundreds of helium balloons. All right, all those helium balloons are on that hand right now, and begin to feel it to lift, lift, lift up into the air, and again higher and higher and higher. That's right. Now open your eyes. Good. You find that your hands have moved, right? Good. Come back to the here and now. Once again, that shows you that your unconscious mind is just listening to my suggestions, which is great. So when you get into the session and you get all the suggestions, your unconscious mind is going to actualize them, and you're going to be a non-smoker. That's how it works. So here's a few more pointers for yourself. What you want to do is you want to accept the suggestions as your own. All right. If I give you suggestions like you are now a non-smoker, you can either hear that through my voice or your voice. It doesn't really matter, but the suggestions come from you. All you got to do is you got to want this to work for yourself, right? It's like anything. It's like if you want something to work, then want it to work and just trust in the process, all right? This is a proven and trial time and time over again system that works. So you just got to let go and you got to trust, all right? Other than that, you got to give yourself permission for yourself to just relax and allow this to work. Now, the biggest question is right now, are you ready to achieve the goals and dreams that you want? Great. Then all you have to do is get some headphones, put them in, find somewhere that's very, very comfortable for you to relax, and just go through the sessions one by one. It's that simple. So I'll see you in a little bit. Go ahead, do all your sessions now, and I'll see you at the end.